Well, hey team, Vic here, and I want to shoot a quick video here for you to show you on what to be consistent at. And I believe everyone realizes that consistency is the key to success. As I did this Google search on that term here, and you see that we've got over 63 million results in just over half a second. And the thing is, like, you realize that consistency is the key to success, but consistent at doing what? That's what I want to show you. And a lot of newcomers come into, and I believe if you watch this video, you're probably within my niche of, becoming successful online on the internet, a home-based business, becoming a top earner within your network and affiliate or MLM type business, getting out of debt, whatever it happens to be. You want to learn how to be more successful at it, become a top earner within your field. And consistency is the key, but it's consistent doing what? And let's focus on being consistent at income producing activities. Now, to get online, you'll realize that number one is that the money is in the list. Okay, and that's whether you're an online, so let me correct that, online or offline type of business, you need to have a large list. If you've ever gone over to any retail establishment's website, one of the first thing that pops up once you're on the page for more than a couple of seconds is an email opt-in box pops up, and they say, hey, you want to become part of our, get 10% off on your next purchase, or get this and get that, and everyone wants to build their list. So that's the key to it. You want to do the same thing. Duplicate successful habits. So you want to build your list. And you're going to do that through consistently posting good content out there or continually doing income producing activities. So one of the things that I encourage you to do is, number one, you need a presence on the internet. You need to have a blog. Okay, that's number one. Number two is have presence in social media. And within that social media, you're going to go ahead and post some good content. Now, I don't want to just talk about posting, funny cat videos, as I've been saying, or, quotes by Tony Robbins, which is good. You're just going to get him more followers, or quotes by Richard Branson, which is good. You're going to get him more followers. But you want to get content out there that you can monetize and or use to build your list with. And there's only one way I know to consistently do it, especially if you're a newcomer. Now, I've had a couple of top earners kind of, come over and mention to me, and they says, well, I've looked at this, and I've already got my own blog. I've already got my own content because they've been in the industry for a while. They got a huge list. And, how is this going to benefit me? Questions, I always look at questions as buying tools that they're looking because they're ready to buy. And what I've told them is that, yes, you are consistently successful online in whatever niche that you jump into because you've been building your list for a number of years. But a lot of the people that you bring in, they don't have that same success. And you can't tell me that you don't have a bit of frustration that when you can't help the new guy. And, and then you realize that you struck a nerve there, a good nerve, and they realize that as a top earner, they can be running within this newcomer, newbie friendly system here that brings a newbie into the front door as a newbie, and then they go out the back door following all the training as a veteran, seasoned internet marketer, where they can now be successful within any niche that they're doing, whether they're doing their offline juice business, energy business, vitamin skincare business, or whether they're doing digital products on the internet, affiliate CPA marketing type of stuff. So that's what's so awesome about this, is that the top earners, the gurus with the large list, as they expose their newcomers to this business here, for the first time, their list can now also learn to be successful. They won't have to provide all the training because the training provided within the Empower Network, included with the risk-free trial. If you're on my YouTube channel, there's a button below that says My Home Business. You can click on that. If you're on my blog, just click the button, and you're going to have full access, no questions asked, 14-day full access to our trial. You'll have all of the training, all of the content, and everything that's available to me will be available to you within this training system. And like I said, you come in the front door as a newbie and walk out the back going through the training as a veteran, seasoned marketer, ready to start earning. So what we teach people is to have the daily habits. Okay, so finally now the guru can have a list where they're being taught the same habits that got them to guru status. Now their newbies can get to the same thing. And guess what happens to the guru now? the guru who does have the ability to sponsor and register a lot of people within our business, not only will they earn from their frontline earnings, but they're going to get to earn from their group now. And as a newcomer coming in, you're finally going to have the chance to make your first $3,000 online following our system here. Now, look, I'm not making you any promises. Just look at our income disclosure below in this YouTube video description or anywhere on the blog here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're above and beyond in going over our income so that you realize that this really is the best opportunity with the best comp plan out there. So you're going to follow these habits. 21 days makes a habit. So even with the 14-day trial, you're going to have a good flavor as to whether or not you're going to continue with this. And what we want to do here is, following the habits, we've got a checklist. We want to watch episode, which I've already done. We want to comment on it so that you can win the book that day or the money that day, whatever price they're giving, and then send it to your email list and post it. This says post to Facebook, but I'm going to say just post to social media. So now here's the other thing. If you've been doing some internet marketing, you may or may not have your own autoresponder, which is Aweber, GetResponse, GoGVO, Pure Leverage, whatever happens to be that you're using. And, I've had those, still have those, and I'm still converting and pulling people over. But what I really found is that the Klaatu Cloud, number one, you're here on the cloud, and now you have probably the best autoresponder available to mankind, to humankind, okay, in my opinion, because it's not just an autoresponder, but it's also a webinar scheduler. We've got done-for-you content within there. We've got the, which you have to do it yourself because nothing's going to be done all for you, although you can set it to be on autopilot, but there's still other things that you're going to want to do. I just found it to have the highest deliverability rate within it. And in addition to that, I can move my list from one list to the other, to the other, to the other, without having to first export it and then re-import it and then have the danger of losing some or having them have to re-opt in. But I just found it to be the best, and that's why I'm moving all my stuff on over to the Klaatu Cloud. So the first thing I want us to do is to go ahead and to watch, then comment, and then send the email message. Now, also, we've got a ton of content. When you open up, and I'm going to show you, when you open up this swipe file down here, it's going to have all of the content from day one. Swipe today's text message here. All of the stuff you saw above, you're going to get going all the way back to day one. We've been doing this for 57 days, Monday through Friday. So that's like 11 and a half, almost 12 weeks of doing this consistently. And you've got access to all of the information earlier. And I'll show you, I'm going to go ahead and post out episode number 7, part 2, because yesterday I did episode number 7, part 1. So I might as well just stay consistent here with that, okay? So what we're going to do is, number one, we want to post. Now, I can either copy and paste this and put it into my GetResponse or Aweber or Pure Leverage, or check this out. I jump on over to my Klaatu Cloud, which is one of my products, and I'm going to go over to email campaigns, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on send campaign, and then I'm going to be sending the daily shortcut to my list. So it's non-categorized right here, so I'm going to go ahead and set it to daily shortcut, and episode number 7, I want to bring this into view here, 7.5, which is really episode number 7, part 2. Okay, and I'm going to send it to all of my list, okay, which right now includes just 6,000 on my list here, and I still got others that I'm importing, finishing imports on GetResponse and Aweber. And instead of sending it later, I'm going to send it now, and I'm just going to go ahead and click next. I just look at the links to make sure everything's coded correctly to me, which I've never had a problem. And here it is. My affiliate ID that's coded to me, my affiliate ID that's a symbolic to me, and there's a symbolic for my name, and I'm just going to say send. There it goes. So now I just sent my message here, my content, to 6,000 people. Now, what's the significance of that? I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to show you what the Facebook post or the social media posting. So let's go ahead and pick up the social media posting, and here it says, let's go to, that's the Twitter message. So let's go on over to the Facebook message, okay? And it's a long one here. So let's go ahead and pull all of this up and right-click and copy. Okay. And then what we're going to do, it's the same link. I really don't even need this part here. So I'm just going to go ahead and Control X that. I'm not going to put the link in there twice. I'm going to show you why. I'll show you why. Because it's already going to pull. Once it's got the link in there one time, Facebook does the rest for me. So I'm going to right click here, do copy, and jump on over to Facebook, and it's going to do the rest for me. So what's on your mind? I'll tell you what's on my mind. Right click, paste. Okay, and what we do is we wait for the image to load. And there it goes. So once the image loads, now I go ahead and post, and let's see what it's going to look like on Facebook. So there it is. It pulled in the image. Okay, it's got all that. I don't need to have that extra link in there because when they click on the image, it's going to take them on over to the daily episode number 7, part 2. Okay, and it's going to have the video that goes on autoplay. And then so let me go ahead and pause that. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll see as they're reading through the blog here, they have the ability to go ahead and opt in, and now they become part of my list. This is the first time ever I've had the ability to take my social media following and add them to my list now. Now let's see. Now LinkedIn has also, some like Twitter, has a maximum number of characters that you can paste, way more than Twitter, but not as much as Facebook. See, you've exceeded the maximum by 872 characters. So they don't need to see all that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out because it's going to show up anyway. I'll take that out also. Let's see if I made it. I've exceeded by 43 characters. So let's go ahead and take part of that out. So now I'm good. And there it goes. So the image loaded. I'm going to click share. And now I am on LinkedIn here. And again, when they click on it, they go over to my blog. Now here's the last one I want to show you. And this here is the Twitter message. Okay. Where'd it go? In the Twitter message, I use something called Buffer. And I'm using a free version right now, and I got to tell you, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and take and create my Twitter message first. So because they just have it in there as link. So let's go ahead and remove link. Okay. And on the new line, I'm going to put an arrow pointing to that. Okay. And then I'm going to take the same thing here and remove all this good stuff. Leave the hashtag. Put the arrow. And bam. Now I'm going to show you the software that I use. I'm using the free version right now. You can go ahead and check it out. I don't even think there's an affiliate link on it either. And this is going to, so what do you want to share? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do two kinds of shares. So I've got 21 characters that I still have left. Now, right now the image on Twitter is going to be blank, but when I click on the image here, bam, it's done. I'm not going to add this one to the queue. I'm going to share this one now. Okay? Boom. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to take the second one, just so that I'm not sending out 2 Twitter messages right in a row. Copy. I'm going to go ahead and queue this one. Or I can specifically set a time. So I'm going to click paste. Okay, and again, put that. Now I got the image there. And I'm going to go ahead, instead of adding to queue, I'm going to schedule the post. And right now, let's see, it's 4:38. I'm going to send this out in 2 hours at 6:38. And I'm going to schedule. Boom. And I've done my daily habits for today. Let's go over to Twitter and see if that first post made it over. And let's refresh. And there it is. That's the one I just posted now from Buffer. Okay. And see, it took my link and it actually shortened it by something called buff.ly. It's shortened by link. and it posted out there with the image. The only thing with the reason why I put the arrow in here is because when they click on the image, it doesn't bring them over to the blog. So I put the arrow to let them know, hey, click over here to get the good content. And guys, consistency is the key, but what are you going to be consistent at? Posting good content, good valuable content that you can monetize and or use to build your list with, and or in the case of the Empower Network, you get to monetize and build your list with it also. So with that, I look forward to seeing you on the very next one.